In our final push today, Gary Guller stood on top of the world.
Imagine reaching the top of the world with only one arm.
I mean, this is a dream that I had when I was, a kid. And I thought that was finished at 20 when I lost my arm. And then to finally, 17 years later, stand on top of the world and realize that dream, I feel so very fortunate.
Looking beyond what you see in another individual, beyond color, beyond culture, beyond faith, beyond gender. When we do that, and we do that from our heart, anything's possible. Anything. Oh, here comes Mr. Sherpa again. He comes over to my tent. He's like, Guller, I got this great idea. He goes, why don't we all go ice climbing in the morning? And I'm like, Mr. Sherpa, can't we be happy with the success that we've just achieved? Can't we just enjoy this moment? And this is a life-changing moment as well. I call this Sherpa power. It's like, yes, we can. Of course we can. But we've already done so much of the hard work, and here's one more little experience that we can do. And the next morning I woke up, and Nima Sherpa and 4 or 5 of my close Sherpa friends are at the bottom of the Kumbo ice fall, set up this safety line, and we all went down there and climbed this ice wall. But we were so committed together, it was an automatic response for others to assist as needed, but without that person feeling separate from the team. But to get from base camp to Camp 1, you got to go through this area they call the Kumbo Ice Fall. And I describe it 2 ways. One, it's this massive sort of sea of moving ice that's scary and dark and crazy and makes sounds and never for sure that you're going to make it through, and you try to climb as fast as you can. But once you start, you have to commit and keep going to Camp 1. We're halfway through the Kumbo Ice Fall going up to Camp 1. I'm there with Nima Dalla. And here was one of the scariest days of my life. Boom, 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 we hear, and that's like the sound you don't want to hear. The ground starts shaking around us. He looks at me, I look at him. We try to pick up our pace as much as you can at 20,000 feet for the first time. And as we climb probably about another 2 or 3 more minutes, we hear it again. Boom, boom, boom. And the ground starts shaking around us. And I look at Nima, he looks at me, we look up on the southwest face of Everest, and here it comes, this huge avalanche full of rock, full of ice, full of snow, just full of debris. And I'm thinking, we're done. And I grab Nima, he grabs me, and in a way, we kind of say our goodbyes. And as this avalanche is getting closer and closer to us, you take a deep breath. God, if you survive, then at least you have a little bit of oxygen in your lungs, and maybe we'll buy you a little bit of time. And we held each other tightly, and it's like just as we're feeling this thing get closer and closer to us, Nima just let go of me. He moved 3 steps over like this. And I open up my eyes, and it's like slow motion. And I watch him, and he throws 3 times. And then he comes back to me and grabs hold. And this avalanche just misses. I was 5 feet. And I know it's so close because there's this car-sized ice boulder that was right there. That wasn't there before. I gotta take the dust off and the snow and the ice off from around me, and so does Nima. We kind of smile. I'm like, Nima, what did you do? Remember that old man I was talking about earlier? Well, when I went down to Kathmandu to see the team back to the U.S., Nima went back down to see that old llama. And he asked that llama for another blessing, like a climbing blessing. Because Sherpa like to be blessed again before they do the climbing phase. And this old man, this old llama, gave him some rice. And he said, if danger comes your way, take this rice, throw it 3 times in the path of the danger, and you're going to be all right. Was it the rice? I don't know. Nima believed in that rice. Nima believed in that llama. I believed in Nima, and he believed in me.
You know, Nima lives in New York City now. We get together and we go out for dinner and have rice with our entree. Do we look at it differently than we used to?
I'm telling you, you will too. Next time you have rice, you're going to be thinking, that guy that talked to us at our convention was telling this story about this rice.
He really just kind of brought the house down, you know. There was people cheering and hollering questions out to him, pretty rowdy group, and they just loved him. They talked about, do you mean I can do things like you've done, to go to the mountains? And this would be a person in a wheelchair saying this, and he'd be saying, yeah, you can do those things. And I could see that Gary was very, very moved himself